Spend money wisely today to enjoy cello tomorrow. Lesson 1 covers how to get more cello for less money. Tip number 1, do you rent or buy? I highly recommend you rent if you have access to a qualified luthier, because their instruments are of quality, will cost you no more than $50 a month, and will include a bow, a case, and damage insurance. But if you don't have access to a luthier, then going online is your second best option. Amazon and Craigslist will be your go-to places, but be aware there are plenty of cellos on there with fancy sounding Italian names and shiny lacquer. And let me tell you, they may look nice in the picture, but they don't sound nice. So take my advice. First, buy a cello that looks like wood. So all of those painted cellos out there are off the table. Second, if you can't afford, buy a cello with an ebony fingerboard. That will save you a lot of heartache in the long run. Now, if you notice, I haven't discouraged against buying an electric cello, because the next 4 tips also apply to those cellos. Your second tip is about the cello bow. Rentals usually include one, but you have to make sure it is right for you. A bow should not feel too heavy or cumbersome. A $300 cello outfit will possibly include a good bow, but then again, you'll get less what you bargained for. My suggestion is to go buy yourself. This bow will give you years of enjoyment, and hopefully, if you can afford it, it will be made of Pernambuco, a flexible strong wood that grows only in Brazil. A good bow will cost you around $75 minimum, and it will weigh from 78 to 83 grams. I always suggest to beginners to find the one that feels right, and so around 80 grams appears to be the most commonly chosen weight. Whatever you do, make sure that that bow is simply comfortable play. You'll be making motions with your wrist and your arm you have never done before, so picking the right bow to fit your body is absolutely essential. There's no magic to this. There's no exact science to selecting a bow, because we are all anatomically different. So be careful and choose the right bow at the right weight. Your third buying tip is about the cello strings. A basic cello will sound a lot better with a good set of strings. The one that you rented most likely comes with the proper set, but those purchased ones online, they most likely come with one of these. This is thin, this is metallic, and it sounds exactly like that. Something that slices the ear in half when you listen to it. Do yourself a favor and go and purchase yourself a proper set of strings made in Denmark. Jaeger and Larsen are 2 of the best brands you can purchase for your cello. I prefer these, but you may be more in the market for some Jaeger mediums. Will cost you about $100 online. Your cello and your neighbors will thank you for it. Tip number 4. Your bow and Danish strings need quality cello rosin. Regardless if you rented or you purchased, the rosin included with that package is most likely belonging in one place, the dustbin. Because violin rosin and cello rosin are very different. Thicker strings need sticky rosin. So unless your rosin says cello rosin, it is no good. I suggest finding a brand that's like this, Piastro or Hindersign. They run anywhere between $10 to $15. You can even get hypoallergenic rosin from Super Sensitive if you're allergic to tree sap or pollen. Regardless of what you do, I highly recommend that you buy any rosin that is clearly labeled cello rosin. Your 5th and final tip, purchase a sturdy music stand. That folding wire stand from the cello purchase that you just made may seem very convenient, but it is a last resort. It can barely hold up a single sheet of paper, let alone anything more, like an iPad or bow. So forget about it. Because there are only 2 names in music stands you need to remember, Manhasset or Onstage. This Onstage stand here is a fantastic option. I got it for $40. It can even double as a table to eat on. And it will be one of the best $40 you have spent in quite a while. Trust me, you will not regret a good stand like that. Let us recap. After 90 days, you would have spent $235 if you chose to rent from a luthier. You would have a quality instrument and the sound would be great. Following my series of videos for going from zero to cello hero would definitely have made you a successful cello player. And if you chose to actually purchase, $530 would be how much you have spent after 90 days. It only seems attractive after 9 months when the purchase is less than the actual rental. But by that point, you're probably thinking you want to upgrade, regardless if you rented or you purchased. Luthiers usually offer an option of applying what you rented into the purchase of an instrument, which is a good option and very attractive to your wallet. If you selected to purchase and followed all of the advice in this video, you should have no trouble reselling your cello. Please check out my video on how to upgrade and sell your instrument, and also check out the second video in our series, Do-It-Yourself Cello Lessons, Day 2, Setting Up Your Cello. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and stay a while. We're going to learn a lot.